Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today we are looking at the 2015 release by Diamonds from their select series of Star Trek action figures. Oh, action figures, I should say figurines, because they weren't actually action figures. And this particular one we are looking at today is from Star Trek the original series, and it is of Mr. Spock, and it has a diorama from the episode The Devil in the Dark, which features the Horta, which was a rock-like creature that expels acid that burrows through solid rock. Okay, so this is the item in front of us, and it says on the front, Mr. Spock, Star Trek the original series. You can see an image of the U.S.S. Enterprise, NCC 1701, as it originally appeared in the TV series at the bottom corner. And just behind the bubble, you can see the figurine of Mr. Spock, and there's additional body parts. Plus, you've got the backdrop there, the Horta and the diorama backdrop. Okay, so that's the front of the box. I'm just going to turn the box around and let's have a look at what we got on the back. Okay, so I'll turn the box around and this is what we got on the back. And again, it's got Star Trek, the original series, and it's got Mr. Spock, half human and half Vulcan. Mr. Spock was the science officer of the U.S.S. Enterprise under Captain Christopher Pike, and later served as first officer under Captain James T. Kirk. While his human half makes him more emotional than his Vulcan brethren, Spock strengthened his adherence to the teaching of Surik to compensate, becoming even more logical and controlled than the most stolid Vulcan. His Vulcan physiology allows him to perform the mind meld, blending of consciousness between two beings, and it was this ability that allowed him to communicate with the previously unknown alien species, the Horta. Sensing the Horta's anguish at the loss of her silicon-based offspring, Spock was able to broker peace with the miners responsible. This select figure of Spock includes an interchangeable head, hand and legs in order to recreate multiple scenes from the 1967 Star Trek TV episode The Devil in the Dark. And it's got the CE Diamond Comic Distributors, Runcorn, WA7 1SN UK. Keep details for future reference. Diamond Select Toys, not suitable for children under 3. Comic Shop Locator Service. And StarTrek.com. At the bottom, you've got all the copyright information. And you can see an image of the actual diorama itself. So you can see Spock standing up, and then you can convert him into the Spock kneeling down over the top of the Horta. So it says features interchangeable parts, and it also says be on the lookout for Star Trek Select Captain Kirk action figure, and that's where he's battling Khan in the engineering room of the U.S.S. Enterprise in the TV episode Space Seed, and that's a scene from that episode. Okay, so that's the back of the box. Let's just turn it to the side and see what we got. Oh, well, we've got an amazing image there of Mr. Spock as portrayed by the late, great Leonard Nimoy. And it says Star Trek, the original series at the bottom. Okay, so let's have a zoom in now on the item itself. Let's go right in. I don't want to get too close because I don't want to get too much of a reflection, but there, because obviously this is still factory sealed, I can't open it and take it out and show you the individual item, but we're going to see as best we possibly can. Would it be any better if I dim the lights? No, it's not, it's worse. Okay, so let's have a look. There you can see Spock. Now I must say, and we'll zoom right in on his face there, that is a superb likeness of Mr. Spock as portrayed by Leonard Nimoy. And the facial features, the sculpting is just absolutely amazing. I obviously realised that we're only talking 9 years ago when this was produced. So, but just look at that facial feature. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. The sculpturing is just absolutely out of this world. Yeah, they've really got Spock to a fine art here. They've done it so superbly. Maybe that's why it's called the Select series, I don't know, but it's absolutely superb. And even his uniform, even the creases in his uniform where he's standing, it's just done absolutely incredibly. The detailing of it is superb. And look at that phaser. That phaser is just absolutely phenomenally produced. Absolutely incredible. The whole, sorry, I know I'm getting a reflection on here. I'm trying not to. Let's just turn it to the side. Maybe we get a better view if I angle it slightly different. We're getting a lot of glare on the lights here. I might have to just turn the lights off there. No, that's even worse. Okay, we're just going to have to try and muscle through this, but I'm going to try and show you as best I can. There we go, that's a little bit better. So the detailing of his shirt, his phaser, and there's his trousers and his boots. And obviously then we go up to the replacement legs. This is where he's bending over, and you can see that again the detailing of his legs and even his feet where his toes are bent over. It's just amazing. Again, I'm sorry about the glare, which is so frustrating actually that we're getting so much of a glare, but unfortunately not a lot I can do about that. So the replacement head, even the replacement head has been done superb, and this is where he's mind melding with the Horta, and it's just done incredibly well. You can see that there's a peg on the bottom of his neck there, and that slots in. The other head just pulls out and that slots in, and the same on his replacement hands there. There's pegs on them, so they just pop out where the other ones come in. And at the back of the packet you can see the damaged section of the Horta there, so that's where they shot him with a phaser, and a little bit of the body of the Horta come off. And if we zoom down to the bottom there, you can see the damaged section of the Horta, and that sits on top of that. And there is the Horta itself at the bottom there. And if it's just behind at the back there, you can see the display backdrop there, which is as it was shown on the back of the box here. So you can just literally see the side of it there, and there is the Horta there. So sadly I'm really disappointed that I can't get a really good view of this, or that we haven't got one open, but unfortunately we don't, so we just got to make do with what we got. So anyhow, absolutely superb item this is, and I think they called it Select for a reason, because the quality of this was great, even though there wasn't very much articulation. I mean, don't get me wrong, the figure has got articulation. There's articulation on the head, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the feet, but obviously the lower section of the body, when you put him onto the crouching, there's no articulation on the lower part of that body. The upper body's still got the articulation because you use the same upper body in both sections. But other than that, it is absolutely stunning. One of the best Star Trek dioramas that I think I've ever seen. Again, it's not for kids, it is a diorama, so it is a display diorama, so you put it together how you want it to look like. So you either have Spock holding his phaser, aiming the phaser at the Horta, or you have him crouched down about to mind meld with the Horta. So yeah, so how well did these figures do? Well, I'm not sure that they've done overly well. I mean, this was supposed to be the start of a big line of Diamond Select Star Trek dioramas, but they only ever produced two, which was this particular one with the Horta, and the other one that's shown on the back of the card of Kirk with Khan, which is a shame really, because I think these are superb. But yeah, I really don't think they sold as well as was expected, which is why the line was not continued. But of course now, we're only talking 9 years on, but they are becoming now harder and harder to find, especially in this mint unopened condition. But as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they are currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that, there's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive you are not going to want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be the item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.